I've been noticing a trend recently. I kinda started to do follow-up videos on my older ones. With Run a Girlfriend, I made a part 2 after seeing the first episode of the second season. I thought it was ass, so I dropped it to sum up that video. And now I'm making a follow-up on Ashi. The first video I made when it first came out is kind of like on its own second season now, because it's on part 2 of its first season. I actually don't know what studios mean by part 2, but some of them just keep going. This video is gonna be like the polar opposite of what I did for Run a Girlfriend though. I was just venting and seeing how shit I thought it was in the first season. I then doubled down for the second one. For Ashi, I was saying how much potential I thought it had for sports animes, and now I'm starting to see the potential even more. It's one of those bring up your mood when you realize there's a new episode today kinda animes. I said something along these lines in the first video, but it can definitely be one of the top all-time sports animes out there. I forgot for which video I said it. Whichever one it was, I was talking about my top 3 genres. I mentioned battle shonens and comedies, but the third is definitely sports animes. Probably in the order of battle shonen, sport, and then comedy. The last two are gonna switch up, but they're always gonna be the top 3 for me. I play sports, but that's definitely partly why. But they're really just entertaining to watch, and I don't even watch real sports like that either. The closest thing I watch are basketball highlights, and YouTubers who talk about basketball or play it. Really only like 5 to 10 minutes out of like the hour and a half it takes to play a full game are entertaining to watch. Playing them is fun, but watching them is pretty boring, I'm not gonna lie. But sports animes make the whole process entertaining. Even the parts where they're not playing the sport. A lot of my favorite sports animes are about sports I never even played before. I don't even play soccer or football. It's the same shit to be honest. But I watch highlights sometimes, like on really rare occasions. I don't really know any rules besides you can't drop kick somebody, and that's pretty much it. But Ashi makes it interesting even though I know nothing about it, and was never really interested in the sport. Other sports animes I like the most are also the realistic ones I noticed. I never watched shit like Kuroko no Basket, or anything with superpower type of moves in it. All sports animes are gonna have some exaggeration cause it's entertainment, but those niggas should have Sharingas and shit in that show. Ashi told the MC for Ashi has a quote unquote power that lets him see the entire field, but it's more like a visual effect to show that he has a big field of view. In Kuroko no Basket, I seen niggas getting dropped by someone who's conquer hockey type of shit on them. I never really thought about it before, but all the sports animes are like are grounded into reality. Every move or style in Hajime no Ippo is a reference or straight up just taken from a real boxer. The Dempsey roll is made by some guy in like the 1950s. It looks a lot less cool in real life, but it's a real thing. Awashi does the same thing as Hajime no Ippo. It takes stuff from real life soccer and puts it into the anime. It uses legit strategies. Like if you showed somebody who plays soccer the anime, they'll probably agree with most of what they do. Or everything probably. Not turning on their king of the court Sharingan or whatever the fuck it's called and knocking half the other team out. If you watch it online anime and go to the comments, for every episode there's this guy that writes mini essays for each episode. He just talks about whatever the episode will be focusing on, and breaks it down with real life soccer. I don't remember his name, but that guy carries the comment section. Usually anime comment sections are pretty ass, but I always go down and read his perspective on it, even if I know what's going on in the episode, cause he's obviously a guy that knows a lot about soccer. He breaks down stuff like the whole system for soccer, with the youth teams, clubs, and divisions and all that. It's set up differently from basketball, so I really didn't know about it before. Like he does full on analysis and shit. That dude's invested. But really no one's talked about the anime since it came out. People go between this and Blue Lock a lot since they're both soccer animes, and Blue Lock comes out in like October I think, or November. But I think I'm gonna end up liking Awashi more overall, just for the fact that it's gonna be more about realism than Blue Lock. A lot of people say Blue Lock focuses more on characters, and I can see that. Compared to Awashi, the whole Blue Lock program is built to bring out character development. Awashi is a lot more organic feeling. If you already watch other sports animes, or just regular sports, you probably already watch Awashi to be honest. But if you don't, you should. And if you don't like anything sports related, this could be a pretty good gateway anime for you. You don't need to know or care about soccer to like it. I know cause that was me before I watched it. A lot of people don't play volleyball. It's a pretty underground sport to be honest. But Haikyuu is one of the most popular and marketable sports animes ever. This shit could overtake Haikyuu over time maybe. I don't read the manga so I don't know if it derails or anything, but it feels like the potential is there. Can't explain it, but I haven't been this excited for an anime in a minute. It's not immediate, but it could over time get a lot more popular. It's not really known outside of Japan at all, but it's also not serialized in English officially, and it's not in a big magazine like Shonen, so Haikyuu just always had more exposure. But by like the end of season 1 or even season 2, it could get a lot more popular. This is a more extreme version of it, but Demon Slayer couldn't blow up the same way. Before episode 19, no one was talking about it like how people do now. It was doing good for itself, but it didn't really blow up until that episode. Awashi can have something like that too, that ends up boosting its popularity. Soccer is still the most popular sport in the world, so if it gets momentum it could build up quick. And I know it's football, but like 80% of people who watch me are from the US. If we made to call it football, share this with your British friends, so the percentage goes up. Until then I'm just gonna keep calling it soccer, so cope. If you enjoyed, go watch some of my other shit about anime. That's all I have to say though. Peace.